All right, good morning. The donut shop at the beginning of the world is open. And welcome to Monday. Let's make it a semi-fun day. Oh, yeah, okay. It's Monday. Good morning. Hopefully some of you are finally getting back to work, or being able to work from home, or otherwise employed and not part of the 25.5% of the unemployed Americans right now. If you are, hey, at least you're here with the donut shop. Hey, good morning, Kim. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, I've started opening a little early just for the hell of it because I'm here. I'm drinking coffee. I'm sitting outside. It's beautiful out right now. I think it'll get hot later, but right now it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So the interview, the face to face with the money bags on Friday went really well. He likes what I write. He wants to see more writing on the website. So we showed him the website, the preliminary one, what we got building for Medicine Man Plant Company. It's looking pretty good. There's a few minor tweaks, but overall looking really, really sharp. It's not ready for public viewing yet, but it will be soon. Hey, good morning, Basic Texas Homestead. Man, I love homesteaders. Just the challenges and the back to nature side of things. And growing up on a farm, I always said I'm never going to farm again. Well, okay, technically, hey, mom and dad, if you're here, okay, I didn't grow up on a farm. Grandpa's farm was 2 miles out of town. Worked there a lot and at different cousins and so forth. Baling hay and getting up and a few times milking the cows and all that, and realizing that at the time that's not what I want to do. But now I keep thinking, man, I kind of want to do that. I want to farm again, but oh well. Hey, good morning, Serenity. Good morning, Urban Green. Good morning, Charles. And everyone, good morning to everyone else. And okay, there is a bug on my screen here. Okay, it's gone. It was driving me nuts because it was like right in the nostril area. And it's like, I really hope that's a bug and not a booger. All right. Yeah. So Friday went well. Like I said, the main thing is he wants me to write a lot more for each of the products. I had approximately 2 paragraphs for each. One about the benefits from the product, and the other was talking about the ingredients. And basically, he wants 2,000 words on each ingredient and probably around 5,000 words on each product. Woo! So it's a lot of writing. So this coming week, I'll basically be sitting in front of the computer, frantically typing away. Hey, good morning, Bobby. Good morning, Chris. Helicopter dude. So you back in Texas this morning, Chris? Or are you still? I saw you were pretty much done with New Mexico. And at some. Oh, hey, good morning, Tina. Okay, and this sun is. All right, just a minute. That's too bright. Let me try this. Okay, now you get to see some of the trashy parts of the yard, but so be it. Okay. Oh, cool, Jennifer, you found Heels All in Elderberry. Awesome. Hey, good morning, Mary Elizabeth from Central Texas. Did you get a lot of those storms, Mary, over the weekend? Yeah, Michelle, love the farm life. Not easy, but like you say, nothing worth doing is usually easy, except for drinking coffee. Drinking coffee is easy. And wow, that sun is coming fast. Hey, good morning, Wade. I might have to just keep moving the computer and stuff around here. Whew. Okay, so so Friday went well. Got a lot to do, but I always got a lot to do. I had a good class at the Houston Arboretum yesterday. It was a little awkward with the whole social distancing thing, but luckily when you're outside, the chances of picking up the COVID-19 are pretty low. So basically everyone sat in the shade and I ran, off, 10 feet, 30 feet, grabbed some stuff and brought it back and showed it and then continued on. Hey, good morning, Surrender, man. How are the dogs today? Yep. Amen to coffee. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Wolf. And of course, Tina, if I didn't, it looks like your right eye is being lasered. No, my right eye is a laser. Let's see, baby. That's just, yeah. No, okay. Sorry, it's just a goofy day. Hey, good morning, Tony. No, I have not. Morels don't grow in the Houston area. They basically end kind of around the Waco area. And unfortunately, I've never had a chance to get up in the areas where there are morels. They prefer a more basic soil rather than acidic. And around here we have acidic. But from what I saw on the morel hunters groups, it was an excellent year for morels. Good. The dogs are well, Surinder? Awesome. Now they're probably with you and happy. Hey, good morning, Lori. Did I miss saying good morning to anyone? If I missed saying good morning to you, I apologize and assume the good morning is a broadcast to everyone. Up in Dallas. Okay, Tony, in that case, if you're in the Dallas area, yeah, you want to look around. It's probably a little late now. Like at the beginning of May, last week in April, usually kind of just after Easter is when you start looking. But where the morels are going to be really strong is areas that were burned. Okay, hey, look, wow, lots of people here. Laser beam arms and shotguns and arms was a fun bonfire discussion. Oh, that sounds cool. Hey, good morning, Kiri. Good morning, Gracie. This is a great time to drink some coffee. Whoa, the sun reflecting off the top. Oh, I probably shouldn't burn that. You know what? Let's see. Okay, we're going to go here. Hold on. You go there. Me go here. And now I have to hold my coffee. Oh, much better. Well, no, it's Zebra Man. All right, whatever. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, laser beams. I am Laser Mark. I have laser eyes. But okay. Hey, good morning, Tammy. Oh, Tony, you found some morels or the turkey tails or the morels? Oh, that reminds me. I need to respond to a guy about turkey tails. Oh, look, my nose goes. I'm Rudolph the Red-Nosed Forager. Well, kind of a. Sorry, I'm easily amused. What else is going on? Oh, computer stuff. So thank you. People have been helping me with that. And so right now my MacBook Pro here that I'm using from the 2013. Last night I maxed out the RAM and it's working much better. So there is that going on. Next step is to increase the hard drive. Though I think with the RAM, wow, it's like I got war paint on. Wow. With the RAM increase, I think it'll work for what I'm doing. I spent the weekend just deleting tons of files and going through and duplicates and blah, 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 blah. And so I think the notebook, I freed up, I got like almost 200 gigabytes of space now on it, as opposed to 16 gigabytes of space. So I think the notebook is good for things like editing the videos and working on my book when I can't get to my main computer. My main computer still sucks, and so I'm hoping we can get some more donations. If you go over to Foraging Texas, there's a link. There's exactly tells you what I'm trying to get. But we'll see. Hey, good morning, Jennifer. And drink. No, so overall, I mean, it's beautiful weather. Had a good weekend. Had an exhausting weekend. It was getting hot yesterday when teaching at the Houston Arboretum. But it was a good class. We limited the class to 10 people, just so we could, maintain some social distancing and still get to see the plants, stuff like that. But it seemed to work. Hey, good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Kelly. Am I frozen yet? Am I frozen? I hope I'm not frozen. I should be good. Let me know if I'm frozen. Oh, good morning, Dion. Am I frozen? Let me get in the sun and warm up some. Ooh, warmth. Oh, cool. Okay, still fine there. Yeah, it seems to be fine on this end. I'm not doing the max headroom thing anymore or anything like that, so that's cool. I'm just having fun. I am a guy who understands that humor is the only way to get through life. There's so much darkness and despair if you let it creep up over you. So you know what? Just embrace the suck, as the military people say, and go with it. Hey, good morning, Nick. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Evan. Oh, man, I love coffee. I love coffee so much. Good morning, Tina C. How are you? What other exciting things going on? Yeah, it's like, ooh, let's hear about all the exciting things in my life, because I have no idea what's going on. Humor is the only reason I'm still alive. April, there with you. And Rebecca says, good morning to everyone. Okay, so I have to do a shout out to Rebecca Snow. She is an author. She is kind of a sci-fi author. I don't know if Rebecca, if this is your first book, but she sent me the preliminary copy of a new book she wrote, taking place in a post-apocalyptic Texas wasteland. And she mentions me, like the characters refer to me, and it's really cool. So ego. I haven't told my daughters yet because they already think I'm really egotistic. Wow, this light is really funky. I'm having fun here. Okay, yeah, coffee is life. Humor and coffee and alcohol and friends and tribe and a sense of belonging. Oh, which leads to the next subject. Random thoughts with Mark in the morning. Okay, so last week I talked about how I had finally seen Rise of the Skywalker and was horribly disappointed in it. Kevin, there you are, Kevin Marshall. I will be responding to your email, so I just haven't had a chance yet. So yeah. Star Wars. Okay, so Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, the last of the Skywalker trilogy. Star Wars sucked in a different way than the one just before it sucked. The one just before it sucked in ways that you wouldn't think were possible to suck. But the long story short, basically they should have stopped, or at least after seeing, the prequels and the latest trilogy, I felt, they just should have stopped at Return of the Jedi and never done any other more Star Wars stuff. And then this last week, I saw The Mandalorian, and my whole family ended up binge watching it. The girls loved it. My wife loved it. I loved it. Okay. The Mandalorian on the Disney Channel redeems the Star Wars universe. It is what Star Wars should have been. Gritty but still humorous, and just absolutely a great movie. If you like, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, or a number of the other Clint Eastwood's spaghetti westerns, or if you like Firefly, definitely get a hold of The Mandalorian. It redeems the Star Wars universe. It's absolutely fantastic. And of course, they stuck all sorts of little Easter eggs in the background. It's like, ooh, that thing, or ooh, that thing. Being the incredible Star Wars nerd that I am, every so often I would just burst out laughing or go, yeah, at something. Nothing was going on the screen that would normally, get that response, but I saw something in the background. So one example, I just need to set my coffee down. Okay, in the original Star Wars, A New Hope, when they Luke and Leia and Chewbacca are in the trash compactor, and they get that long beam to try and brace the sides, and it's a big pipe, it's about this big diameter. And on one side, there are two sections where it's kind of like etched, with the little triangles cut into it, but a very distinctive beam. If you've watched, Star Wars a bazillion times like I have, you kind of know the beam I'm talking about. Okay, so fast forward to probably episode 5 of The Mandalorian, and he's walking down this alley, and there's trash everywhere. And leaning up against the wall behind him, just for a second or two, you see another one of those exact same beams that they used to try and brace open the trash compactor. And it's just like, yes, the beam. And then my family's looking at me, kind of like they usually look at me. Anyway, yeah, Joshua. Oh, okay. So the worst April Fool's joke is when they say Firefly is coming back. If you have never seen Firefly, check it out. The Josh Whedon, he's the guy that created Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which was arguably one of the best series ever on TV. But Firefly, it only lasted one season because it was, in the 5 what was it, the 7 p.m. Friday slot of death, but really, really, really good story, good people. And in a way, The Mandalorian kind of reminded, well, because of the Western flair. Hey, good morning, Johnny. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, yeah, Jordan. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda rocks. Or a Baby Yoda race. This takes place. So The Mandalorian takes place after Return of the Jedi, but before the prequels. Kind of when everything is falling apart. The Rebel Alliance has won. The Empire is in ruins, and then you're in a transition state when there's multiple warring governments and everything going on. But one of the cool things about The Mandalorian, and I'm hopefully I'm not giving any spoilers away, is he starts as a loner, but like so many things, he goes and he ends up with a team of people that are kind of close knit, and so that part was cool. The character arc over 8 episodes, and the family, the tribe that was built, and that was one of the kind of the themes of the show. Is you can't do it alone. You need this group of people, and so it really talked to the donut shop at the beginning of the world, and the tribe building, and yay, people. Okay, so yeah, good stuff. Check it out. Good times. All right, there's lots of people showing up, and I've been babbling, so I haven't been saying. Yeah, Joshua. You know what? Don't bother with the last story. Skip the last Star Wars. Erase the second to last Star Wars from your mind, and just jump straight to The Mandalorian and never look back. Tea is really great. Tea is good. All right, let's see. I've heard good things about the Clone Wars, the cartoon series, but there's like I don't know how many seasons of that. So I haven't followed that, and Star Wars Rebels, but The Mandalorian, yeah, jump to that. Watch the original trilogy, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and then just jump straight to The Mandalorian. All right. Yep. A lot of Firefly fans here. Hey, good morning, DJ. Faith, The Mandalorian is based on indigenous mythology like the original Star Wars, which is why it works. That's interesting. It actually makes sense. Now that you mention it, what are there are 3 basic story types. What is it? A stranger comes to town, fish out of water, and Godzilla versus Mothra, I believe, are the 3 basic story types. So like the stranger comes to town, some stranger with a mysterious past comes to town and shakes things up. And then a fish out of water, some person, goes someplace where they're the odd person out and doesn't understand the culture and so forth. And then Godzilla versus Mothra, just random destruction by giant creatures. So those are the 3 basic archetypes of stories, or something like that. I'd probably need more coffee. Okay, yeah, Firefly, lots of Firefly fans. I shouldn't be surprised. Okay. Oh yeah, the show Castle, with the main character. I didn't watch much Castle, but if they were talking on some of the sci-fi nerd Facebook, or not Facebook, the web pages, and they'd mention on Castle, like one day for the Halloween episode, he was dressed as a space cowboy, as his Mel Reynolds thing and stuff. So yeah, that was funny. All right, let's see. Hey, good morning, Tiffany. Star Wars, Star Trek. That could be funny. I would actually probably go see that. And who is it? The guy who did Pulp Fiction, supposedly is working on a Star Trek, a gritty, dark, fuel thing. I haven't seen Picard. Honestly, I was never a big fan of any of the Star Treks after the original series, and I've seen the original series so many times that I usually don't even bother watching them anymore. But like the Next Generation, I hated that. I don't know why. It was too preachy. And then the Deep Space Nine was okay. I did like the story arc, but at the time I was deep into Babylon 5, and it seemed like the Deep Space Nine was trying to rip off Babylon 6. Babylon 6, however, was awesome. But the problem with Babylon 6 is it's one of those things where you have to see every episode in order. And there's like 8 seasons of it. So it's this big, long arc, and you can't just jump in the middle. So yeah, the hero's journey, reluctant hero. Okay, that makes sense. Tarantino. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, so what's his name? David Tarantino, the Tarantino, the guy, like I said, who did Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. Pulp Fiction was an amazing film, but supposedly he's tracked in to do a Star Trek movie. Enterprise, I liked the concept of Enterprise, but then they got into that whole time travel thing. And once you bring into time travel, you cannot have a consistent story. And so I stopped watching it then. Okay, yeah, Star Trek Voyager. Good call there, Evan. That one, that of the post original series, Star Trek Voyager was the only one that I actually watched fairly well. I liked them Neelix in those. The new Battlestar Galactica, I still need to watch. That's probably next thing we're going to binge watch. But we'll see. Yeah, Quentin. Yeah, why was I thinking Michael? I have no idea. Yeah, Joseph Campbell's Monomyth. And it's interesting. So now that you bring up the Monomyth, and so basically the hero's journey, you have a young, naive person, a fool, who receives a call to action by some wise elder, and they go off and start doing something. Well, at first the fool doesn't want to do anything, but then some drastic changes occur in life, and he realizes, or she realizes, now I have to do this. That goes off with the wise man. Before the training is finished, the wise man does die, and the person has to continue on their own and then face the dragon and beat the dragon and then return as a hero, sort of thing. So what's funny is, so back at my old job with the Workman's Friend, we were trying to find a good way to really link to people, and we were looking at different marketing techniques, and the one we settled on was basically telling the hero's journey. Haha, killed it. And then how you, the hero, with a call to action, will take the Workman's Friend and go through this journey and come out a better person and a hero and help change the world. So anyway, yeah. So the what is it? The something of a thousand. The Hero of a Thousand Faces was Joseph Campbell's book, and it talks about how every culture has a very similar mythos of the young fool, call to action, wise elder teaching them, but dies before the training can be completed, and so the person has to continue on their own and beat the dragon. And it's good, and it really resonates with everyone. Whew. Wow, we're going all over the place here. Luckily, we have coffee and sunlight. I'm just going to lean in here. So Voyager was good. From what I heard, the Picard has been tapping into a lot of them, like the Voyager and some of the others. Yes, Joshua, D&D. I mean, I started playing D&D in the late 70s. Back, it was a blue box set. Instead of the dice, it had a bunch of little cardboard chits, and you'd pull them out of a cup or something to figure out your numbers. I'm bummed because I actually had a group here. I guess we kind of ended 2015. It's been a while. But yeah, we were like playing D&D over the internet and stuff. Good times. Yep, Gilgamesh, the earliest known tales. Gilgamesh and Enkidu, back from the Babylonian mythos, or Sumerian? Babylonian, Sumerian? I want to say Babylonian. Or is Babylonian Sumerian kind of an overlapping thing? So, not a big Voyager fan? Okay, Chris, it's your own. Slay the dragon after coffee. Hey, slay the dragon with my coffee. Ooh, wait, no, that might waste the coffee. Okay, drink coffee, slay dragon. Probably a better way of doing the day. But yeah, it's probably not surprising in Dungeons and Dragons that I always played some sort of ranger. Usually it was either a half-elf ranger or a half-orc ranger. I always liked the half-orcs because I could kind of bond with them in a physical sense because they were just big, lunking, dudes, which is kind of me. Okay, gonna get some OJ? Talk to you later. Oh, still playing Skype? Cool. I'm jealous, man. I don't even have time anymore to play Dungeons and Dragons. Crazy days, but good times. That's why I pretty much stopped reading science fiction and just read fantasy now. The main reason, as a scientist and so forth, I get really upset when the science is bad in science fiction books. It's like, oh, come on, no, that won't work. But with fantasy, I go, okay, it's magic, and I accept that big lie. And as long as the magic works in a consistent manner, it's like, okay, good. All right, April, a druid or rogue or a bard? Never played a bard. Like the rogues. Played a number of rogues. Never did a druid. Kevin, anyone? Yeah, okay. East Texas people, anyone seeing Mayhaw jelly for sale along the roadside? Give a shout out if you've seen Mayhaw jelly. Curtis, Voyager was one of the Star Wars universe TV shows. Took place, I guess, yeah, kind of after the Deep Space Nine, or it was after Deep Space Nine went off the air. Voyager started up. There might have been some overlap, but basically a Federation ship gets launched way across the universe into some completely different place, and then they have to find their way back to Federation space. Yeah, I've heard good things about The Witcher, and I need to look into that. Oh, Lady in Livingston is stunning Mayhaw jellies. Okay, Kelly, talk to me about elderberry flowers versus elderberries versus elderflowers. Long discussion. I think that would be better suited maybe for Merriweather's World or a full episode of The Donut Shop. So for the most part, they're interchangeable, but they do have some subtle differences. Okay. And Seafood in Liberty, Texas. Does that? Okay. So, and Seafood in Liberty, Texas has Mayhaw jelly. Ooh. Okay. What else do we got going on? We need coffee. What's going on in all yours world? What, anyone doing anything really cool or exciting or sad or anything like that? Need some tribal love thrown your way? Because that's what it is, man. We're a tribe. We're all in this together. And this right now is some crazy times. So if you go, what's the saying? Don't go alone. You need the tribe. Bobby, you probably have found your tribe. We're a weird group of weirdos, but a loving group of weirdos. Oh yeah. The Heritage House, Pickett. Was that Woodville or Jasper? The village turned into a museum sort of thing. Awesome place. If you're ever out in East Texas and have like 4 hours to kill, definitely go to the Heritage Village Pickett House Museum thing. They've recreated a whole early pioneer town, blacksmith shop and dentist office and saloon and print shop and all this stuff. It's absolutely amazing when you start going through there and seeing how these people survived. It's pretty terrifying. Oh, I saw someone mention hornworms. Okay, Jennifer, look up tomato hornworm recipes. Tomato hornworms are actually very edible. You just got to cook them right. But yeah, look up tomato hornworm recipes and eat them. Okay. Yeah. Nick, this is pretty awesome. It was a little warm yesterday, but not unbearably so. I'm assuming that's coming. Though, because it was such a mild. Okay, let me a word of warning to the tribe. So it turned out to be a fairly mild winter, and so the Gulf of Mexico, the water, is pretty warm, a little bit warmer than normal. Whereas most of the continental North America had a rather cold and long cold winter. It's still on the cool side. The problem with this is, so you have the cold air sweeping off the continent, over the warm Gulf air, and the bigger the temperature differential between the cold air and the warm air, the bigger the storms get. So, I mean, they were already predicting a above average hurricane season, and the first tropical depression is already formed out in the Atlantic. It looks like it's going to swerve up the East Coast. It's not going to come into the Gulf, but definitely start, it's the time of year when you want to start checking your hurricane supplies and make sure you are set up for that. Because I don't know, like they say in Star Wars, I have a bad feeling about this. With everything that's going on in the world, I can easily see the dice, rolling snake eyes again, and Houston or other parts of Texas being just nailed by another hurricane. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, it might be worth checking into. All right, I saw a bunch of comments. Let's see. Okay, yeah, do remember to do an episode on elderberries versus blossoms. I'm really in plant groups. Okay. I need to make notes here. So not tomorrow. Okay, this is cool. I don't have a topic for Merriweather's World. So now Merriweather's World this Wednesday will be everything you wanted to know about elderberry, or everything I can find out, and hopefully it's the sort of things you want to know. So yes, this Wednesday on Merriweather's World, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. here on YouTube and Facebook, it will be all about elderberries. So there we go. Cool. And then, of course, remember, if you can't see the live show, the videos are always available on Facebook and on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it later. Okay. I have a new stock tank and need heavy rain. Yeah, well, we got it here. I know down on more on the south side and on the southeast side of Houston over the weekend, Saturday, they got 6 inches of rain. There was some heavy duty flooding. Yep. Be ready, be prepared. The Boy Scout motto there, but it really applies to everyone. But I mean, now, it's kind of the time, especially if there's, as shortages start to appear and supply chains start getting really screwed up, you're probably better off, getting some of the things now rather than later. Okay, I would be remiss if I didn't mention over on my Amazon store, and I get this weird, here, we'll do half face. Anyway, over on Amazon.com/shop/foraging Texas, there's actually a section devoted to hurricane supplies, like a whole bunch of recommended stuff. So you can check that out. And like I said, if you buy anything from that, I get anywhere from 4 to 6% sales commission, which helps me out a lot. Yeah, Saturday was nuts. I was out there pretty much all day just getting poured on, but it was a great day, so not a problem. I did learn that the Walmart brand, what is it? Not Magellan, Ozarka Trails rain gear sucks. About an hour into the rain, I was completely soaked. It soaked through the rain gear and my clothing was all soaked. I kind of had my doubts about it, so I did wear some quick dry clothing, but if there's not a chance for it to dry, then you don't dry. So I need to up my rain gear. Don't bother with the Ozarka Trails rain gear. Okay, Kevin. That's one of the things I want to talk about. Okay, so ESSIACT, ESSIACT. We'll spend 2 more minutes talking about that. ESSIACT is believed to be used for cancer fighting, and supposedly it's based on an old Native American recipe. I have my strong doubts about it. I've looked into it some. The issue is, like, the person who created it based on an old Native American recipe. Well, actually, it has a bunch of non-Native American herbs in it to begin with. It has some Asian herbs along with Native American. And so I think my personal opinion is the lady that came up with it kind of threw a bunch of herbs together, made up a backstory for it, and went with it. I mean, it has medical uses. The herbs do have medical uses, but in particular, the cancer stuff, I need to double check. But I have my doubts about the cancer stuff, but it does have other things there. Yeah, frog togs. Now, frog togs are good. I like frog togs. It's just a hard time finding frog togs in my size. Yep, exactly, Rick. No such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing choices. And unfortunately, well, I wasn't in any danger. I will admit, though, no, actually, by the end, I was out there for probably 5 or 6 hours. And towards the end, even though it was in the 70s, I was starting to shiver some. And when I finally got back to my vehicle, I just cranked the heat on. So in a long-term survival situation, yeah, that could have been bad. So, yeah, burdock. So, like, burdock is really good. Sheep sorrel, not a whole lot of medicinal there. Rhubarb, the main thing is the burdock. And slippery elm, that's a kind of a soother sort of thing. It's going to taste great. That's a great tasting combination. But from a medicinal point of view, not what I would have done. Kevin, one thing you might want to do is go back and look at some of the earlier episodes of Merriweather's World, where I actually did talk about cancer-fighting plants. I will dig that one up for you too and send it to you. I'm not sure if I finished editing it and got it up on YouTube, but it's here on the Facebook. Not sure if it's on YouTube yet. I think it's on YouTube, or it might be the one I'm editing right now. And by right now, I mean started like 3 weeks ago and just haven't got around to it. Okay, wow. 7:59. Time to drink some coffee. And I definitely need to find a shady spot in the yard. But with the increased RAM, thank you, tribe. And, I got shady parts in the yard. So I think, tomorrow we'll be over there. Oh, yeah, Outdoor Research, they have some amazing stuff. Pricey stuff. I'm not a pricey guy. I'm a cheap guy. I rely on big, dumb toughness, tap my inner half orc to survive the wild. Okay. Yes, Michelle. There are herbs that shouldn't be mixed. It's a lot more complicated, and it's not something I can cover here. When I talk about them on the YouTube or on the Merriweather's World things, one of the things I do include is what not to mix. Not just what herbs shouldn't be mixed with other herbs, but also what prescription and over-the-counter medications should not be combined with herbs. So, ooh, an umbrella. That might be good. Or a parasol. Yes, a parasol. I like the parasol. Okay, it is 8 o'clock. I got a lot to do. Thank you, tribe. Group hug. We need like an emblem or the tribe. Foraging. I don't know. Something. But have a great day. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Definitely take care of yourselves. This is a nice thing to do for yourself. So, all right. Tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye. Glowing.